support with wait, what? Why did this change again? Didn't I just change this to light mode? No. One heart, one mind. You have a lot of forgiveness in this channel still for the suggestion of the fixing of the black helicopter issue. So you're burning through a little bit of it with that, but you're still pretty net positive right now. Sorry. All right. What do we have left right now? We've got 1 political capital. Time to run the clock. I did lose support with dark voters. That's one way to put that. All right, GDP down. Health down. What? How do we what? We tell people to go biking and health goes down? Oh, were they doing bridge inspections on bike? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Makes total sense. All right. One of my, okay, there's an urgent policy question about mergers, and one of my people wants to talk to us. I could easily give her this policy, but I hate her and everything she stands for. Look at her too, like this red background and those glowing eyes. She looks demonic here. So, yeah, can't allow her to make policy decisions. All right, there's no, okay, merger, large internet. A large internet company has announced plans to buy one of its main competitors, guaranteeing that it will never do anything to fix your internet ever again. Additionally, they have decided to hire an elite staff of Tier 2 technicians trained exclusively in the ability to avoid, deflect, and prevent any actual progress. This merger needs government approval, but if it goes ahead, it will create one of the biggest companies in the country. The whole idea of the free market is based on competition. That sounds very capitalist. Allowing 2 firms to merge reduce both competition and consumer choice and no doubt lead to redundancies. Another example of government looking after big business and forgetting the little guy. Small business trade unions urge you to block this. There's no good reason to prevent the mergers. Increasing the global market or companies to grow if they're to compete successfully. Why would that be true? If I mean, the thing about internet service providers is they're limited, right? So how are they competing with like a, you know, how does my ISP compete with an ISP in China, for example? Like if it's a Chinese like ISP company. I don't know what global marketplace we're talking about when we're talking about. I guess we need I guess this is not necessarily a statewide or a countrywide program. We're blocking the merger because it hits too close to home, this issue. I'm gonna have to do that. Capitalists don't like it, but we don't really care. All right. What a weird quote. I've never heard this quote. The quote is, "This is a flu. This is just like a flu, and this is a much different situation than Ebola." Donald Trump. I wonder what the rest of the context of that quote was, like what had been asked or said to him, because what a bizarre thing to say. Okay, we're not getting shit for political influence from our advisors. I'd really like to fire them, but firing them, this is the hilarious part of this. Ready? So maybe it's a reshuffle turn. Because the problem with firing them is they all lose loyalty when you fire them. When you fire one, they all lose loyalty. Do we spend 10 political capital to reshuffle this? We might. All right. Because, I mean, we're getting they're generating way too little for us right now. All right. Reshuffle cabinet. All of you are fired. All right. Now we hire. Let's take a look. So maybe we can get motorists out of being the single most important political. Can I close this and come back to it? Probably. All right. So we are catering almost entirely to voters based on their proportion of the population right now. Very self-serving policy for that. Although we are trying to do things like keep our economy afloat and improve general well-being in our society in this game right now. Clearly that's not a long-term goal of mine in real life, but I mean in this game. So what then? I mean, my point is kind of like, do we want to tie ourselves in motors? I think we just want to get away from capitalists, because everything I do to improve the economy is like, oh, let's be better about environmental stuff, technology, and education. And the capitalists are like, no, the demon of education. Excuse me, guys. I'm not feeling very well today. I'm not quite sure what it is. I know, COVID. But if it wasn't COVID, I'm not sure what it is. It's a weirdly political game in that sense. I mean, it's called Democracy 4, and it's all about social policy, but it's weirdly politically biased. Anyways. Cold season, but the thing about that, Zira, is yes, there are other diseases still in the world outside of coronavirus, for sure. But the thing about that is coronavirus, the responses to the coronavirus pandemic have shut down a lot of the disease transmission vectors for other diseases too, right? So, and the only people I'm around in the office, the only people I'm in contact with anymore, besides my wife, are the people in the basically people in this office. And I don't even try to be in contact with them. I just have to coexist in this space to some degree. So I guess one of them could have passed me a non-COVID based disease, perhaps. But the fact that there's been COVID cases in the office probably suggests that it's, you know, there's COVID here. So I could have got another disease that was here as well, I guess. Possibly. Anyways, it's just disturbing. It's not like I could be like, oh, I just picked up, you know, the flu from, you know, my brother-in-law's child or something, right? Because it's just unlikely that I don't see anyone. So it's like all the, anyways. What is this? All right, I'm hiring people. We're trying to get rid of capitalists as a block that matters. Foreign policy. All right, we're sorting my loyalty. And we're on foreign policy first. Weather change could do it. What does weather change do to your immune system? Or rather, what is it? I mean, I could see it suppressing your immune system a little bit, but like if I'm not in contact with actual diseases, then what the fuck does that do? Like, I might be more likely to get things that I'm exposed to, but I'm exposed to less things. So I'm kind of curious what the hell what does the environment do there? All right, so we are looking for people who like foreign policy. This is the middle income retired are getting fucked right now. Liberalist capitalist. This is a middle kind of environmentalist socialist for foreign policy at 1.4. Always have some diseases in your system. Is that true? Like I know that you always have some disease in your system in the sense of like your immune system is always like killing shit. But I guess I assumed it was an outside source. I didn't think you could. Can you, like, for example, be entirely healthy, experience no outside source of contagion, and then your immune system just stops fighting what you have? I guess you could. Your immune system gets super fucked. I want to not do this by this. I don't want to sort by loyalty. I want to sort entirely by campaigning. Youth motorists. Motors youth. Sure. Not viruses, but bacteria. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Environmentalist, socialist, motorist. Are we socialist right now? There's a lot of socialist advisors here. Although this is by match, not by amount. Trade unionist and poor. What is trade unionist opposite in this game? Socialist, right? I can't remember. There's a bunch of dichotomies, right? The liberal conservative one's really easy to remember. Maybe they're not pure dichotomies. Maybe they're just a lot of opposition. Conservative commuters, parents and capitalists. Trade unions opposite self-employed. Thank you. So who do we need to stay away from? Youth capitalist is pretty bad for us. Parents and self-employed. I don't know what we're doing with self-employed. I can't remember what policies we've taken towards the self-employed. Wealthy and ethnic minorities. We've been shitting on wealthy the entire time because there's like none of them in our country. Ethnic minorities are a big driver right now. Trade unionist ethnic minorities. No campaigning sympathies. So this makes no sense to me. Ready? The voter group with which this minister sympathizes. Okay, got it. That makes sense. This is the people whose views that she represents in a meaningful way. That's how she got her job, by, you know, telling these, like saying, I'm for these people's views, and they vote for her. Makes sense. Okay. These voters will be pleased to see them in the government. Makes total sense. You know, if you have someone who supports your views in government, you're happy to see them there. This minister's loyalty will be affected by the group's happiness. Makes sense. Bar totally empty. What does that mean when the bar is totally empty? How is this a scaling bar at all? Like, what is that supposed to represent? So is this person like, you know, see what I mean? Like, if the bar is full, it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you're like, okay, well, this is... You think the empty bar is campaigning the sympathies of the groups. But what is... But... Oh, it's a different thing. Oh, I thought it was campaigning sympathies, but it's two. Okay, it's two separate ones. All right, what is campaigning saying? How good the ministers at campaigning during elections, which affects voter decision on election day. Oh, I gotcha. Thank you. That's the clarity I wanted. I don't care about campaigning at all then. Okay. We've had no trouble winning all the elections by a landslide when we have increased general popularity in the country. So the campaigning bar may as well be useless. So I care literally about loyalty and, to a lesser degree, a much lesser degree, experience. Like, experience technically is how good I'd be at getting things done, but in reality, the only thing that matters for how effective I am getting things done is how many loyalty points are generating per round. Alright, can we work with trade unionists poor? Probably. Can we work with capitalist self-employed? Doubtful. Can we work with youth motorists? Absolutely. Youth motorists. I read a sci-fi book, a short story, one of the golden era of sci-fi, somewhere. So I don't remember the author, but it was of that time frame. So it was a weird time frame for writing sci-fi. But in it, like, one of the rites of passage for youth was like these super fast, like, rocket cars, which claimed a significant portion of the lives of these youth as they were like growing up, which was some weird little fucking short story, and it only stuck with me because of the image of one of the members of this story killing another member of the story via like racing these cars on regular streets. And I just imagine that this woman has made her entire life about that short story. She's like, I need to get rocket cars on my streets immediately for racing purposes for the youth of tomorrow. What a bizarre... Anyways. I think it's perfect for us. So she's good with welfare, transport, law and order. You know what this interface needs desperately? It needs a way that I can go, okay, these are my available ministers. I need to be able to mark them. Like, I need to be able to remove people from the pool to be like, no. And then she disappears off the screen. Because as I rebalance this, I have to make 6 simultaneous decisions, right? And essentially, like, some of them will be clear best fits, but some of them are like, who's the best fit for that job, as opposed to who's the best fit, period. Like, of these people, which one goes in each spot best, as opposed to which person best does that job. And there's no interface to help me with this. So I either have to, like, write it down, memorize it, or just, like, be okay with subpar decisions, which kind of sucks. Because I would like to remove him entirely from the pool so we don't see him anymore. This person's going in. All right, so I guess we're going to try... To start, we're going to try adding people into this. And then maybe we can track their stuff. Game seems like hits and misses on concepts. Yes. I think the base... It's technically an early access still, so who knows? I mean, it's a number 4 of a series, so presumably they start from a pretty good spot. Or getting the interface right, but it is early access. We do have to give them the benefit of the doubt with that. Anyways, so how big are we on trade union as poor? It's pretty medium, right? I don't think we're going to rule her out or rule her in. This is Daphne. Poor unionist. And she is very loyal. And she likes transport. She likes long walks in the subway system. Picking up needles at public parks. And screaming children. Yeah. So if you want to date her, chat, just tell her your profile. This guy is not going to happen. He's just a solid no. Capitalist self-employed just ain't going to cut it. Youth motorists. Well, presumably technology will make her happy. I'm playing Canada. The great nation state of Canada, I believe. Lily McLean. All right, Lily. Youth motorists. I guess I need the final number too, which is a 2.2. All right, youth motorists, 1.9. Most very loyal, fairly loyal. Yeah. And what else does she want? This is Lily. No, we already did Lily. Yeah, this is Lily. Okay. Law and order. Transport. Welfare. Yeah. How do we think about parent self-employed? I need like a policy tracker. Like, what policies have I implemented? Like, if I go to the self-employed, they don't like corporation tax, strangely. They don't like punitive tax on superstores. They don't like the payroll tax. They don't like internet speed. They love the sales tax. They don't like work safety laws. It's probably not even reading that way. It's reading it wrong. Our current iteration of sales tax makes them happy. Our current iteration of superstores, corporation tax, internet speed, worker safety, and sales tax makes them unhappy. Oh, it's not sales tax. What is this one then? Income tax. I think... can't see notes on stream. I'm writing them on a piece of paper, so no is the answer. I think that means the self-employed are pretty low on our priority list. So let's go back to this then. I think Anna is not who we want. All right, who is this guy? Alexis. Middle income, retired. There's nobody who meets those requirements. I mean, the retired were mostly happy with us till we slashed state pensions by half. Liberal capitalist. He's going to be conflicted. If you take that Daphne and she's a trade unionist. Where's Daphne, the trade unionist? Let me see if I can figure out your question here. And you take that self-employer lover in your cabinet. Will you get support from both groups now or both hate you a little? That's the fucking problem with this Zira. Is I think these are weighted even though they're represented as equal. And additionally, it seems to be like their loyalty just tanks. If you have like one being very positive and one being negative, instead of like balancing out in some way, it's just like pure down. I have been unable to actually make loyalty respond to anything I've done. It just always trends down on all of my guys all of the time. So, I don't know. All right, motorist environmentalist. This person needs to be fucking hired. I don't know why their loyalty is so low. We already had Juliet Anderson and she got pissy with us. Why? Makes no sense. Youth capitalist, parent motorist. I think we're getting the big motorist back. We got to be back in here. Are we in a position where Filthy is your boss? Why? It's easy. Just be loyal. Socialist commuter. Parent capitalist. Capitalist motorist. Fuck. As I said, the interface doesn't really support doing this in depth, so I'm not going to. Alright, let's just do emergency hires one at a time. Most effective. Do I care about effectiveness? Negative. Care only about loyalty. What are we in? We're in transport. Daphne. Trade union is poor. For Daphne. I think that is a match fit in heaven. What other transport people do we have? Youth motors could also be transport. So we have welfare, transport, double overlap for this one, both very high loyalty. What else does effectiveness impact? Yes, it affects. Thank you, game, for telling me that experience determines how effective they are. But what does it actually do? Is it just implementation time, or is it also implementation amount? Yeah, I've been told to do that, Kirkland Ling, but I'm not actually sure that's been the case. I haven't found. I've been selecting entirely up until now on which ones they have for that, but it hasn't seemed to matter. Transport. Environmentalist socialist. I'm tempted to run that into transport. I've already run a lot of transport agencies. I don't know that though. So if I go to I know this is a long decision, chat, my apologies. If I go to this, what determines the cost of this? Implementation delay, implementation 100%. I don't know which one it actually impacts. Like, do I make less money off of income tax because my tax advisor is not effective at their job? Or is it just take longer to implement tax policies because my tax advisor is not effective at their job? Trade unionists are not very supportive of me. The self-employed are not very supportive of me either. They're both kind of evil for us as people. All right. Maybe hire them for welfare. Two 2.2s and welfare. Are things in Filthy Land? We're in Canada right now. Not been renamed Filthy Land yet. That'll probably be term 2. Dude, the socialist motorist vote is gonna be fucking insane. All right. Youth motorists. Maybe. Do you think the things that drives their loyalty could be possibly based on their domain as opposed to overall voter stuff? So if my overall motorists are going up, but my motorists in the tax domain are going down, do you think my tax advisor gets penalized for loyalty? Could it possibly be something like that? Right, we're hiring Lily here for whatever we just said, welfare apparently. Okay. Foreign policy, economy. Economy doesn't have a great one. Capitalist, trade unionist, and poor. Economy, liberalist, capitalist. A mixed bag, huh? Environmentalist, socialist at 1.4. Doesn't like to be there. Agreed 100% veteran vandal. Hey, Strivis. Oh, transport, tax. See, again, like I need to rule these fucking, oh dude, this interface does not support this at all. Does not support the remixing like this. Especially without better tooltips for what the hell these actually do. Foreign policy, environmentalist, socialist. Sure. Right, economy. I just gave up, chat. You might not have heard it, but I gave up. Parents and self-employed, middle income retired, capitalist self-employed, trade unionists and poor, liberalist capitalist, commuter conservatives. Conservatives are never going to like my governments because this game is not set up to support conservatives in any way. I think minorities, trade unionists. Alright, we're going to hire her. Okay. I'm allowed to drink in the office if I want, Zero. I just have to drive home afterwards. It's not convenient. I have to store it in a public, shared fridge. This doesn't really work. Alright, this is tax. Parents is self-employed, middle income, and retired. Liberalists and capitalists. Commuter conservatives. None of these people want it though. But no one left who wants this. Socialist commuter tax is okay. Parents and motorists also in here. Economy, public services. Where was the law and order guy? Dude, it needs to... even the menu of what was there would be fine. I've got 4 left. I've got tax, public service, law and order, and transport remaining. I am losing the interface. It's taking me 10 times as long to do this because it's just such a pain in the ass. All right, we've filled welfare and we've filled... This guy could be tax or law and order, both available. All right. She could be, and we don't want him. Trade unionists and poor. We're considering her. She can only be remaining public service. We've filled transport and the other one. So okay, public service is Lily, or is Daphne rather. She doesn't even like public service, but yes, she does. Okay. Parent self-employed, middle income retired, liberalist capitalist is a maybe. Commuter services, commuter and conservative. This is a maybe too. Everyone else just bones us. All right, so where's she going? She's going public service. Daphne. Okay. Anyone good at tax? Liberal, tax, doesn't like it. 1.5 effectiveness. Nobody good at tax remaining. This guy's at 1.1 for socialist commuter though. And parents motorist. They're public services, law and order. We have a law and order still necessary. And we've done economy. So we've done economy and public services. So this is Sandra. Okay. She's not very loyal. All right, law and order. Commuter conservatives, law and order seems good. We only have law and order and tax remaining. She doesn't have a tax stuff. Commuter conservative, maybe not. Socialist motorist is definitely a big one. We don't have tax or law and order. So see, we've already fucked ourselves by this interface. We don't have welfare remaining, right? We don't. Okay. We reassign one of our currently serving ministers from another ministry into tax. Oh, you just fired everybody, so this is a rebuild. Looking at liberal capitalists, commuter conservatives, socialist motorists, motorist environmentalists. We want these two in. Dude, we missed a socialist commuter? Fuck! That's what I'm saying. Like, this interface is just so bad at this. We got a motorist environmentalist down here. Just no, I don't understand why she's so pissy. Like, why doesn't her loyalty actually reflect the fact that both these groups really like us? We currently have tax and law and order. Okay. She wasn't our last one, yep. But it makes no sense because our last one did fine with these. So we're looking for law and order, motor environmentalist, hire, and then our final one is transport. I'm not even remotely convinced that we have the best for this. Liberal capitalist, commuter conservatives, socialist motorists, commuter conservatives, socialist motorists, capitalist motorists, socialist commuter, right there. Motorists or commuters? Commuters are a bigger part. Motorist environmentalist is way better. Dude, I want this girl back in. She likes transport too. But our loyalty never grows, so I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this. All right, we've done that. I'm not convinced we got better from that. That's our turn. It took us like an hour. What a game. What a win. What a win for streamers everywhere. All right. Urgent policy question requires my immediate attention. House prices are rising faster than earnings due mainly to the shortage of supply. In the long term, the solution is to build more houses. It's no good providing housing when there's no jobs. Relax planning laws and allow previously restricted greenbelt land. Keep planning restrictions. Thanks. Okay. Capitalists don't like it. Environmentalists and farmers do. Sure. Security briefing. The Angels of Heavenly Justice are up to 56 members. They're considered a high threat effective problem, unfortunately. Yes, she was over here last time, or maybe I think she was actually right here on transport. But see what I mean? Like, why is her loyalty bad? Look at this. Environmentalists and motorists love us already, are voting for us. They're huge portions of the total population. We control 75% and 70% of the voters of those blocks. So why is her loyalty dead? Job burnout. Sure, maybe they put job burnout in the game. He didn't tell anyone. All right, we're at 20 political capital this turn. From 12 last turn, so that's a pretty good increase, I guess. All right, we have a small deficit of 4 billion. In a job that she wants? Well, it's a job she has experience in, yes. All right, we have a lot of social cap or political capital for once. We should look at something expensive to mess around with. Are these... Shit. These are alphabetical. I thought this was arranged by policy cost. But I think it's alphabetical arranged. I think it's alphabetical here. Sucks. Okay. So I actually have to scan them all. I was scanning the lower ones, thinking I might get the ones I wanted there. But state housing, winter subsidy, welfare fraud department, economy, ban coal, big one on environmentalism, pisses off capitalists, helps the environment, hurts GDP, but we got capitalists out of a driving force. None of our advisors have a capitalist background now. Maybe time to hit this. CO2 emissions go down, respiratory disease goes down, GDP goes down, capitalists get pissy for 16. Taking a look at the rest of these, foreign investor tax breaks. Interesting. Government subsidies for unions. Organic farming subsidies, expensive research. That's not 13, 10, 11, 13. 16 on vertical farm subsidies. I don't want more farmers. It reduces traffic congestion, weirdly. Wonder how big of a driver it is. Reduces unemployment. Cost me money too. All right, last bag luxury goods tax at 14. pretty minimal. Cryptocurrency taxation. Capital gains tax. We do have self-employed in our roster. Automation tax could make some serious money. Fucks technology.
You have returned.
Thank you, Fei Long. Welcome back, man. None of those are particularly great. I mean, the other thing we could try doing is impacting existing ones while we have a lot of income, a lot of policy. We're at 20. What can we do here? Bring up income tax to 81%. Socialists will love it. GDP tanks. How much do we make out of it? 238. Make another 14 billion. Middle class, I think, is a fairly small element of what we're working with. The middle income hate us in the middle already, so they're not going to vote for us. I don't really care what they want.
Quitters never win.
Derbosaurus, thanks for the 11 months. Outside of that, I mean, that's one move to do. What are the other big ones we care about right now? I'm just trying to get popularity up right now, and our popularity is not bad. What if we tried this? What if we tried our socialist state here? We haven't done yet. Like, bring that to 80%. It's gonna hose the fucking economy. And what if we did that? What else can we do to counteract that later? Long term, we can do science funding stuff, but it's very long term. Is square kilometer really a fair measurement of a vertical farming? Wouldn't that be cubic centimeter or cubic kilometer? I kind of want to try it. You guys want to see what happens when we tank the economy by taxing people to death? Let's see what happens. All right, applied. 18 political capital. Next turn. Okay. Global demand has fallen for the minerals extracted from our national mines. Better alternatives have been found to replace other sources, our resources and manufacturing processes. RIP. Minus 8% GDP. Okay. We have brain drain. Income tax is apparently a massive modifier to brain drain. But it's a hidden one that only shows up when it starts having problems. What else can we do to it? Nothing. Nothing else impacts brain drain except income tax. I guess if you raise income tax on one turn, you're fucked the next turn, all right? Private space industry is growing. Good. Why? Intelligence services drives that. New money into tech is gonna get a $10 billion surplus. Membership minimal, but threat level high. Okay, we raised it pretty high. Yeah, we did. Okay, so what else can we do for GDP then? Also, I want to look at my stupid ministers. Like, happy, not as happy. Parents don't like us. What? Trade unionists are a bit of a problem. Youth trade unionists. Okay, I think there was like cyberbullying, I think helps that, right? That was like a super low cost policy. And it was a public service for cyberbullying. Youth and parents. Here you go, guys. All right. And now we need trade unionists. They like the telecommuting industry, labor laws, unemployment, industrial automation, working week, maternity leave. Yeah. Worker safety. Wait, trade unionist or self-employed? Which one do we have? Trade unionist. Environmentalist. Trade unionist. Do we not have any self-employed? No, we don't give a shit about self-employed. Never mind. Okay, we care about parents and trade unionists right now. So what we gotta screw with here is the whatever this is. Worker safety. Productivity goes down the more safety there is. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. What else? Maternity leave. State water company. Working week, state energy, retirement age. And what negatively drives it? Private healthcare, unemployment, labor laws, private schools, industrial automation, the rail industry. This is off trade unionists, of course. Miss free buses. We almost implemented free buses, but then we didn't. There was no one in chat who was championing the cause, so I just backed away from it. Where's maternity leave? It only hurts productivity, but everything else about is positive. All right, can we impact productivity in some sort of positive way? Because we're getting screwed on GDP right now. Didn't we just learn that our mining does nothing for us? Outlaw buses when? Well, if we outlaw buses, only outlaws will have buses, so it's no good. Can't have that. Can't have buses being pushed into that group's as their sole proprietor of buses. Be too powerful. To keep that diverse in the economy, or the population as a large, rather. Can we cancel this shit then? It's massively useful for productivity. Maybe it doesn't actually mean this thing. Maybe this just happens to be a... it's not even that bad for the environment. Gotta figure out what we can do. Low environmental impact for a positive economy. Big bus, yes, big bus. That's a cute name. What do I have over here? This is by finances. We don't want finances right now. Let's see, popularity, influence. Popularity. The cyberbullying awareness campaign is low popularity. Makes no sense at all. So we want to start with some science stuff, honestly. We gotta get that going. Our GDP is gonna hurt us long term right now. So we need to invest in that. This one's just called charts. Nice. This is relative GDP. Look at it tank. Global economies. Oh, come on. This rate of change for our economy basically mirrors the global economy. Our GDP is tanking, but it's not tanking at a rate any different from the rest of the world. All right. Well, let's go on a full economy campaign right now. So we did a popularity campaign and it worked out pretty well. We spent about 4 turns fucking with popularity. Let's go fuck with the GDP now. All right. So things that drive GDP. If I remember correctly, basically it's all science stuff that we wanted for this. So how do I see? It's tech. Tech drives GDP, right? One of the big influencers. International trade. Where's tech? I thought tech directly impacted this. Maybe it indirectly impacts it. Renewable energy is great for economy and environment. Thanks. I don't know if I have for renewable energy policies. The problem is some of the policies exist as policies, but each country starts with different policies in place, and finding which policies, like, unless you have the whole list in your head, I forget about policies all the time. Like I'm like, oh, I don't remember that was one of them. Compulsory school sports, compulsory foreign language, compulsory food labeling. How is this? I mean, it's fine. It cost me 7. It's a lot. All right. Drug treatment, healthy eating, keep the country tidy campaign, reforestation's happening. State broadcaster. Don't know what this is. Socialist goes up, education goes up, state employee membership goes up, unemployment goes down, foreign relations go up. That is almost entirely positive for us right now. Let's pump another $500 million into that. What would it cost me for policy? 8. Oh. And then I wanted some tech changes. What is this? Science funding. Currently, dude, Jesus. I mean, it's only $2 billion for full science funding. This blows my mind every time I look at this slider. Okay, we'll do that too. Thanks. All right, good on this turn. Good on this turn. All the science plus, correct. All right. One of my ministers we just reappointed is who has all of the happy constituents in the world. Everything she could possibly want is being done for her. And it's an area she has expertise in. And she survived the reshuffling of the cabinet. Is bitchy. This woman. All right, our data is showing we have a potentially bad situation. Tax evasion. Should look at that. The brain drain has fucked us. I don't know what I can do about this though. Apparently science funding hurts the brain drain. Good. Gotta get technology to hurt the brain drain too. What? Emergent policy question requires your attention. Okay. One of our neighboring countries had a publicly announced case of foot and mouth disease in its cattle. Low chance of it spreading. Farmers. Are farmers something we care about? There's no farmers in Canada. We give no fucks about farmers. All right. Okay. We're not approving. Oh, that's approved ban. No. Reject ban. Okay. Rejecting that ban. I wonder if she wants to talk. She wants to ban coal. She might be okay with banning coal. It's fucking the environment again. Or rather the GDP rather. But it's good for everything else. I think that's an implement. Cost us 16 of our 20, that's fine. How can you have a medium ban on coal? Okay. We're gonna take a maximum ban on coal. Alright. Brain drain, huge problem. We don't have any social capital left to do with that. We gotta get technology going again. So we'll move it forward. Okay. GDP tanking. Oh shit, tax evasion. I forgot about this. Alright, what can we do about tax evasion? Income tax. Yes, I get it. There's a lot of problems apparently with raising income tax to 80% that are not mentioned until you do it. Sweet. But what do I do about it? Besides repealing income tax, what do I do about it? Right. Ban animal testing. Alright, we'll ban it for the liberals. More GDP cost. Unemployment goes up. Apparently 1%, 2% of our global economy was driven by animal testing, by smearing makeup on animals. And 1% of our people were employed doing this. 1 in 100 people lost their jobs. from this. Feels bad. Okay. Or maybe this is the unemployed's take on us. I don't know. Sure. Alright. What are we going to do about fucking tax evasion? It can't just be corporate tax and income tax. There's no negatives to tax evasion. There's only positive. There's only positive things that feed into tax evasion. That can't be right. Why would that be as one-dimensional as that? It's basically like, okay, you want to raise income tax up? We're going to screw you with 25 other problems. Other problems that are not, I guess they are listed in here now, but they weren't listed in there before because they only show up on this page when there's a problem, which is insane. All right, let's look for policies. Maybe you're right, Cutie. Maybe there's a policy. Punitive wealth, public tax returns. What does this do? There we go. This reduces tax evasion. Liberals don't like it. The wealthy don't like it. Socialists like it. Corruption goes down. We're going to implement public tax returns at a huge rate. Get fucked, all you whiners. All right, what's next? Wouldn't it be fun if every once in a while? No, I take it back. I've taken it back before I even said it. Do we want to keep funding stem cell? We do. It doesn't cost anything to fund it. The total difference in funding goes from this is like quarter of a billion? No. Wait. Not a quarter of a billion. It's a tenth of a quarter of a billion. A third of a tenth of a billion. All the way up to a tenth of a billion. Like, what? Why is this not full funded always? It costs nothing. All right, we're going to full fund that as soon as we can. All right, let's end the turn. We can hold up to 38, supposedly. What's this? From majority per turn, 2.5. From popularity per turn, 6.8. From ministers, 9.2. Okay. Anything else I can do for tax evasion? No. Welfare fraud. Youth Politics Council could be cheap and cost too. Political parents like it, youth like it, socialists like it, crime like it, youth income goes. All right, youth clubs subsidies. Subsidizing youth clubs. All right, let's do it. Oh, that was expensive with social capital. Fuck. I thought that was cheap on social capital. All right, country's problem is now under control. Our citizens no longer need to wear face masks when cycling. That's good. National sports star gagged by foreign power. Sucks. Credit rating downgraded. Also bad. Major donor abandons party. Bad. 85% of the vote in the next election. Good. All right. Let's continue working on the economy this turn. We're going to do that through stem cell funding somewhere. Which is, what does a stem cell look like in this game again? Drug treatment schemes. That's a stem cell research. 25. What do we actually have? We have 18. I guess that's a next turn thing? What other science funding things do we have here? Where do I see? Is there a better one to find this? I want to know. I don't care about policy. I don't care about finances. Influence other values or people. Yeah. Okay. We're looking at. All my tech stuff was in the public services sector, right? And the size of this impacts. Science funding, private health. No, GDP is driving a lot of this. Which arrows go towards it? Just stem cell research, compulsory food labeling, and science funding here. International trade drives this. Consumer confidence, high earnings drive this. Private space industry. So we want to hit the stem cell side. Can we also hit the private space industry at all? Education, stability, science funding, business confidence, military spending, intelligence services. Did we max intelligence services? We did. So we could up military spending. I imagine this is going to be expensive doing that. Let's take a look though. We're currently at a, wait, we're at a $12 billion deficit? Out of where? Oh, because the fucking global economy is tanking. Okay. Yeah, but imagine, again, think of this from a gaming perspective, chat, right? Because this is pissing me off a little bit. So we had an option. The option was the income tax. Remember, brain drain and tax evasion were not even on this card until they occurred as events. So prior to this, we're looking at what it does. Capitalists don't like it, got it. Middle income really don't like it, got it. The wealthy don't like it, got it. Poor earnings goes down, understood. Middle earnings goes down, high earnings goes down, got it. Tanks to GDP a bit, got it. Understand that that's what we're playing with, really. We understand that we're going to hurt our GDP doing this for short term, or rather mid-length term, large amount of income. I'm okay with that. I can reinvest that income into other things in our society to drive up GDP to make up this offset. Okay? That's fine. And I'm fine with there being large negatives to driving up the income tax. But the fact that they're hidden means that they say, here's 12 factors to make your decision on. And I make my decision on those 12 factors and say, oops, there were 2 hidden factors that you'll know next time you play with this, but you don't know this time. That's shitty game design. That just is. Like, the point of this game is the effects of the decisions you make. That's real life. Quit with the real life shit, chat. We've had this conversation a million times on channel. It doesn't need to mirror real life if it's bad game design. All right. We're waiting until next turn when we can afford this. We're making 18. We got to spend just a small amount here. We're probably going to tax plastic bags, but we'll see. It's a startup. Maybe we'll do, where's the youth thing? It was like public libraries, equality, education, retirement. Let's hit public libraries. 10? Ugh. Free parenting, free eye tests. Poor socialist, poor get this twice. School vouchers, social justice foundation. Amp out racism week for 8. Youth policy council for 2. That's about what I'm looking for. There we go. Youth politics. Yeah. What's the penalty of turning income tax down? It's extremely expensive to move around. So as a player, what just happens is I save up 2 turns to move the income tax around, and then I move the income tax, get super insanely penalized by a bunch of hidden bonuses that don't show up until I've done it, and then my only option, it seems to be, to move it back down again. Or to hit the load button. You know? But it's kind of annoying. So I'm refusing to do it, to see if I can address it in other ways or not. So far the answer is no, I cannot address it in other ways. Alright. Extradite terror suspect. Middle East country from which we have no formal with which we have no formal extradition treaty has requested that we extradite an immigrant living here to face charges of terrorism. They accuse them of being responsible for car bombs in their capital city, but the only evidence they have of this is a confession of other terror suspects, which may have been made under duress. We send the terrorist back to his country immediately. Is he a citizen? An immigrant. He's not technically a citizen yet, although he's here in our country legally. There may be some minor concerns about the justice system in his home country, but they're fighting terrorist situation reverse. We'd be outraged at any refusal to send terrorists to prime. If we extradite this man, so what is this? Is this going to be patriots? Is this going to be liberals? Foreign relations, maybe? Foreign relations are powerful for us too. I don't want to piss off liberals particularly, but I think we're going to extradite him. All right. Yeah, so it was. Oh, okay. So I got boned here. I guessed right on liberals and patriots, but the hidden thing of strong leader was not the hidden thing I was thinking it would be. I thought it would be foreign relations would be our hidden one, but it wasn't. GDP going up again. It's nice. Unemployment going down. Is that global economy though? Probably. How fucked are we? No one wants to kill us. That's nice. He's still disloyal despite every. I mean, look at the size and the speed of the arrows feeding this advisor. Let's compare it to this person. This person has a small red arrow and a medium green arrow. She's got a huge green arrow moving at fucking Mach 10 here. And then this, and she doesn't go up ever. Girl, she's a problem. All right, we're here for science funding, right? It wasn't stem cell. I think it was just science funding. This one? Yeah. No, we already did that one. Stem cell? Yeah, stem cell. Yeah. $25 political capital. I think it's a broken game mechanic, chat. I just don't think it's working as intended. Personally. Alright, what are we doing about GDP? So we got brain drain. And what was the other negative we picked up? Alright. Tax evasion. Uncompetitive economy, environmental protests. How is traffic congestion these days? Pretty good. We did get traffic congestion down eventually. We'd like other things that feed into the global gross domestic product or whatever the GDP is. Other big ones: consumer confidence, high earnings, private space industry. And that's really it besides the technology ones. We've already hit the big tech ones, right? Is there another tech one we could pass maybe? Yeah. Although we don't want to trade it, piss off trade unionists particularly. National Business Council. Piss off socialists a bit. Drives GDP. Must be 2 to implement. Foreign investor tax breaks sounds expensive. Clean energy subsidies. Quite expensive. Well, I mean, it's $1 billion. It's actually not that expensive, but we're kind of broke right now. How bad was the... Wrong one. Where the hell was I just looking for the economy? Might have been income. Yeah, that's what I want to see. So there's our relative GDP. We're actually... Dude, it's called relative GDP. What do you think that means? Relative to what? The global economy? Alright, still GDP related stuff. Maybe space program related stuff. So going into space program, stability, intelligence services, education, tech, business confidence, science funding. Maybe education. State schools, private schools, foreign language, tech colleges, adult education subsidies, university grants. I don't think we've messed with university grants. That's an expensive policy. But youth love it, parents love it, state employees love it, education goes way the fuck up. What's the implementation time on this? 16 turns. Gonna hurt. Right. Can't be relative to global if it's moving in step with it. It's not moving entirely in step with it though, right? One of my cabinet ministers, Mrs. Pissy Pants, is still fucking upset Unemployment's going up. GDP still. We just got credit downgraded again. New party donor. Our credit rating is worrying. Okay. Can't do university grants because you're brain drained. You'll pay for them to leave. Sure I can. I'm just currently paying for them to leave. We're trying to get them incentivized to stay. Carbon capture and storage is what she wants. I'd like to keep her around. She would start doing her job. Again, it makes no sense. And I continue to be annoyed by the fact that, you know, like, what? How long till election? 3 turns. Another billion between friends. Well, we need the global economy to pick up a bit. We need our relative economy to pick up too. Because currently we're bleeding out a little bit. This thing is causing a lot of problems. What if I can negatively impact emigration? Oop. 20 is a lot of policy. Why does she suck so much? What is corruption doing? So corruption... I can't even read this. Our current level of corruption increases the wealthy, increases trustworthiness, and does nothing to international trade. And public tax returns decreases corruption. Press freedom could decrease it. What is judicial independence? That should be one we mess with. These are slow. Judicially independent here. 13 to up that once more. There's a big negative impact on corruption. Have the points for this. Alright, and what was the other one? Freedom of press. Okay. Corruption, I believe, was one of the things that was leading into tax evasion, right? No. Wait, I thought corruption was leading directly into that. What is corruption as a stat then? That's what I just spent all my political capital on. Alright. Income. Income tax still our biggest by a lot. Maybe we up corp tax, corporation tax as well. If we mess around with this, what does it do? Messes with GDP. Increases uncompetitive economy. Is there anything I can do for uncompetitive economy? We can be productive, pay good wages. Or rather, our current level of productivity negatively impacts uncompetitive economy. Corp tax, minimum wage, and payroll tax positively impact it. I'm pretty close to getting rid of uncompetitive economy if this trends down a little bit more. So what else can we do for productivity? Education, rare earth metal mining ups our productivity. Tech, industrial automation, working week, adult education subsidies. It's 150 million for this. We're gonna do that next turn and max that out. And then the other one was rare earth mining, right? Which was over here. There's ban coal. Where the fuck is that? It looks something really weird. Pollution controls, smart meter program. The energy drives. What is that? Drives energy industry. Negatively drives industry. There it is. Rare metal mining. That can get expensive. Expensive from a policy to move around as well. Not that expensive from a policy. So for 5 I can get, it's very tiny. Maybe I don't touch that one. What was the one we're gonna do next round, chat? I've already forgotten. Find out. Right, unemployment going down, GDP going up, environmental protests have ceased. Good. Military leaders who actively suppressed the democratic process have been sentenced in our court. Great. Adult education subsidies. Thank you, Phelan. All right. Technological advance. We have a significant technological advantage. Great. Which is reducing brain drain. Another hidden thing that we just guessed at, apparently, and increasing productivity. Good. We need to decrease brain drain. Global economy's in recession. We have shitty credit rating. Budget deficit's at 15 billion. Yeah, the automation one comes with the downside of we're trying to deal with the trade unionists. But we might just have to suffer through that. Like, this woman, for no reason whatsoever, is happy with us. Or loyal to us, rather. But yeah, that might be a source of driving tech, as well as, I think, some income, right? Anyways. What were we looking for? We were looking for adult subsidies. Okay. All right. 8 political capital used. Sure. Was it? It was a... Robot research grants, technology and industrial automation. But it's a grant, so I gotta pay for this fucking thing. Shit, I just hit implement, forgetting that what it does to us. This is 800 million. 16 turns for the benefit too. 1.6 billion. Mostly interested in the technology gain. Piss off the trade unionists. Okay. $9 capital left. Our income is gonna keep tanking too at this rate. We gotta do something about that. Wasn't one of these... Is this 8 for a Stamp Out Racism Week? We have a large minority voter thing, right? And what was the free parenting courses, free eye tests? There was a... Where did I lose it? Welfare, foreign policy, economy. No. Okay. All right. What we got? All right, credit rating upgraded. Good. Manifesto promises available. Campaign speeches available. The Candy Woman's back on TV. Luddite riots. International credit ratings agencies rate our government as BBB. So BBB is better than BB. So it's AAA, AA, single A. I'm not sure how these ratings work. What does the actual rating scale go from? I don't know what a Luddite is. Bam. Our data is showing a potentially bad situation. On hands, we don't act. Okay. What drives it? Industrial automation, unemployment, and technology all drive it. Police force, education, and wages reduce it. We got to get the unemployment down. Amish, anti-tech? Oh, fuck them. All right, we got to up police force then. We need to arm our police forces, presumably with something extremely dangerous. Maybe tasers that cause cancer over time or something. Tasers that only affect the portion of your brain that... Anyways. What was it again? We need a nerve stapling too. I don't know when I get access to that policy, but that would be very useful here. Where is... Let's look to that. Where's the fucking thing? Didn't it just warn me about some impending disaster and it's gone now? Stellaris? It's not a Stellaris reference. We needed... Wasn't education, there was another one. Oh, that's right, unemployment. Okay, so let's start work on unemployment. Where do we find unemployment as a thing? I search for it. There we go. All right, unemployment driven by immigration, industrial automation. These are our current level industrial obligation and immigration drive unemployment. Unemployment benefits will drive that as well. All right, what negatively impacts? A lot of things at a very small level. Policy in Stellaris. It's taken from older games, older sci-fi than that. So we want to... International trade vastly decreases food price. Okay. We want to deal with employment. The only way to get employment long term is education. Everything else gets automated out. That's how it works. I guess the other way is job pay. And then there was unemployment benefits. If we cut the unemployed benefits, then people won't want to be unemployed. Now, granted, we'll lose some of our population, but a percent of a small number is an even smaller number, presumably. Where was that? This thing. Unemployment. Look at this. 7% unemployment. Isn't there another one? This is the one I've been trying to implement. The like anti-fraud unemployment thing. There it is. Welfare fraud department. Oh, people just don't like it. What does it do? Poor just don't like it. How big are the poor of a voting bloc? They got to be a huge voting bloc in this country because we keep taxing them and not giving them anything. This is going to be relatively unpopular, huh? Look how much the poor love unemployment benefits. What determines membership of poor? Nothing. There are no influences on the membership of poor. Okay. So this game has taught us that adjusting income tax is in fact the devil. Not as big of a devil as cars, but probably the second largest devil in this game. Popularity of education. Be a big one. Gives us technological advantage, which drives GDP. 36 for that. Close can we get? We might have to do this over 2. What are we making per turn right now? 20-ish? 18? Alright, we'll try secularity of education. In the turn. Oh, we can make shit, I forgot. We're like we're 1 away. We're gonna win the vote right now, presumably. I think. Alright. Let's do it. From the turnout. What's the threat right now? Threat levels are minimal. Okay. Alright. Election results. Start the count. All right. We did it. We won 96% of the voters who voted. Ah. Post-election reshuffle. Dude, what? Did she finally go up in happiness? Public services, there's our transport. Her loyalty is up to 47%. It went up, chat. How did it go up? Because we won an election? She dodging? What's wrong with this woman? Parents and motorists for tax. We're gonna reshuffle her. You can rehire her immediately, right? All right, let's take a moment to get more loyal people in. Parents and self-employed, environmentalist, socialist, right there. 2.2, doesn't love it, but we don't care. You're hired. Right. Streamer offers birthday song. Yep. Not a role model for youth. The youth will like it, the parents won't like it. I think we just got rid of parents though, right? Parents and conservatives don't like it, the youth do. Okay. Potentially bad situation, multinational tax evasion showing up. How do we deal with this? We don't know. All ways to deal with it are hidden until the problem arises. I'm not offering songs for politicians. I'm just not a good singer. I mean, it was my first thought when I became a streamer, but I've had to back off of it. Just don't have the talent to compete vocally. Where from here? Doesn't want that job. Don't hire people who don't want the job. They'll lose loyalty over time. Everyone loses loyalty over time. It doesn't say he doesn't want it. It says he has experience with it. So if you can link me to some sort of stuff that actually says that's how that works, that might be interesting. People have been telling me that, but nowhere in the tooltips does it say that at all. They wear the skimpy clothing. Yeah, sorry. We're in Iowa office work standards. So I'm not allowed to wear anything except a white t-shirt. No pants, but can't show that on stream, of course. Twitch policies. What are we doing about all of our problems? We've done a good job of making the country poor. Unemployment still needs to be hit. Wearing a hoodie, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. The hoodie is just decoration on the white t-shirt. Poverty, unemployment. I guess I need to start hovering these random things in here. So welfare programs over here, law and order over here, public service programs over here. What is this? Obesity's down. Doctor strike's still a problem. Thanks to t-shirt pop. Thanks, Zira. Appreciate compliments. No one's immune to compliments. Technological advantage is decreasing brain drain. What else is decreasing brain drain? Science funding. Dude, we're trending down on brain drain here. Without fucking with income tax, which is nice. We need more technological advantage to get this below the stop trigger. It's hosing our GDP. 20% GDP loss from fucking brain drain. Alright, so we need more technology. More technology. Intellectual property rights might be one we can hit. I think we've done technology colleges. I don't know about technology grants. We've done stem cell research. We've done science funding. We've done robot research grants. We do rare metal mining, but it costs us quite a lot and pisses off the environmentalists. So it's really either technology grants or intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights are nearly maxed here. Poor don't like it and the youth don't like it. But it drives tech by a lot. At 20% increase right now. What does this bring us to? Still 20%. Nice. Huge change. We're gonna smash that apply button. Okay. What was the other one? Funding of some sort, like tech funding. Technology colleges, science funding, stem cell funding, technology grants here. It drives down religious membership. Fuck. Gonna drive down unemployment too. Am I just no longer worrying about money anymore? Seems reasonable. Yep. Our deficit went down anyways, so seems good. All right, 12 political capital remaining. We want to make fun of some people somewhere with this. Food stamps, economy. What does food stamps do? Expensive. Economy. Business startup. No. Carbon capture. No. National Business Day. Helps GDP. Small business grants. State telecoms. Workers on boards. Trade union membership goes up. Working week goes down. Plastic bag tax. Is it time for the plastic bag tax? I think it is. We'll implement this. This is just a pure publicity stunt for the environmentalists. Yeah. Anything else we can do? Witness protection, we don't need it. Patriots, not necessary. Fuel efficiency standards. Probably not necessary. I'd like to get libraries in. Libraries seem like something we want. Public libraries, that's going to be a next turn thing. We're funding public libraries. Yeah. Free buses? No, that's societally decreases stability of society, which drives down GDP. All right, credit upgraded. We're now an A. So I guess A, so it does go AAA, AA, A, triple B, double B, B, etc. Wonder what it goes down from. Is AAA the highest rating? What's the lowest rating? All right, unemployment going down. GDP going up. A tourist was killed in an animal attack. Potentially bad situation. Gig economy soon. Okay. B then unrated. Say so. Pretty big budget deficit. We're pretty popular. We don't have any problems with people. So budget again is the issue, but we're taxing the living bejesus out of our citizens. So presumably as our global economy, as the global economy does well and our economy does well, we will make money from that. But how else can we collect resources here that are relevant to us? How do we get money here? All right, time to go back to finances. State school funding is quite expensive. Programs are taxed more. You guys want to raise income tax, you're thinking? If we get rid of brain drain, we probably get a huge fucking economy hit. We're under the stop trigger. Why hasn't it stopped yet? Kind of weird to show me a stop trigger and then have the stop trigger not actually remove brain drain from the fucking thing. How about tax evasion? How that's going? That's going down. Yeah, next turn might just be a huge increase in money then. Could also continue cutting state pensions, but the retired vote for us a lot. The poor vote for us and socialists vote for us. What happens if I move this down again? Retired are not a very big portion of the country. Get another 4. If we cut it down to none, cost me 31 to do it. Leave it effectively none. Okay, what does this do? Retired or less happy. Private pensions way down. Save a lot of money. Socialists get a little bit annoyed. The poor get a little bit annoyed. Poverty increases. So let me get it straight. We have an 80% tax rate, but we have no state pensions. Let's fire this off. Apply changes. Done. Okay. Easy game. I'm spending on making robots. The robots will replace the citizens. Long term, this is helpful. Hope that pensions didn't drive brain drain. Nothing drives loyalty as far as we can tell. Loyalty just always trends down for no reason. Intellectual property rights, so we already maxed that. E-marriage, alcohol laws, armed police. Sales tax, tobacco. Do we finally have the political capital to tackle big tobacco? At 11, we're going to fucking find out next turn. Go. GDP. Bam! Brain drain gone. So GDP goes to the roof. Amazing. Poverty up. Nice. Alright. Global economy is stable. Small deficit of 1.9 billion. Now that we cut all social services while still taking an 80% tax rate, we make a lot of money. Who knew? Alright. Face recognition in public. I don't know what this means in this one. I don't think crime is a big issue right now. So I think we're going to ban facial recognition. Alright. Ooh, we lost tech from that. I don't know how technology went down when we chose not to use a camera that we have. To implement facial recognition technology, you have to have cameras and cameras that can see good enough to do it, and a fucking computing system that can that has some sort of facial recognition software running on it that works, right? So presumably you have the tech before you implement this fucking thing. But I'm not sure how choosing not to use it reduces our technology. Doesn't make any sense to me at all, but okay, fine. We'll take a 2% tech reduction, I guess. Feel bad about it. All right. Anything else we care about here? Not really. All right, we're going after tobacco, chat. About time. It only will piss off everybody. Tobacco tax. Increases poverty. Nails tobacco usage, though. Pisses everybody off. We doing it? I mean, we don't really need to. It doesn't make us any money. Actually, it does. It makes us quite a lot of money. Fuck that. Why? Done. All right. Next turn. All right. Serious pollution problem. Credit rating upgraded. We're now AA. Keeps raising the GDP. All right. Budget surplus this quarter. Health's deteriorating a little bit because of pollution. Gig economy has taken off now. Bit of a problem. We have a real estate bubble on the way. Driver GDP. Gotta get some rent controls in somewhere. Or get rid of capitalists. Okay. I get assassinated by an explosive cigar. Okay. Hope that happens on stream. I think the viewer bump for that would be nice. Ooh, motorists going down, because we did piss off a lot of people with that last tax increase. We finally have the political capital to do it. All right, so this is by weight of finance right now. Let's go back to weighted values. So tax evasion is still really a pain. Is it trending down at least? No, it's stable. We don't, and this gives us no anything. We have no idea if there's other things that impact this. According to this, there's only 3 things that impact it: income tax, corporation tax, and public tax returns. We can't like put a fraud department in somewhere. Right. Doctor strike, unemployment, wages. Up wages. Can't just up wages apparently. Not minimum wage. Already goes down. Capitalist goes down. What does it do? Cost me money? No, it doesn't cost me anything. Wages go up. Socialism goes up. Uncompetitive economy goes up. Ah, I see. Tax fraud prevention law. Are you sure you're not talking the public tax return law, which we already have? Yeah. All in order. Speed cameras, secret courts, racial profiling, mandatory microchip implant, internet censorship, ID cards, general media censorship, detention without trial, death penalty, curfews, compulsory church attendance. Holy shit. Getting bleak down here. Ban homosexuality, ban divorce, witness protection program, water cannons, tear gas, rubber bullets, proportionate fines, prisons, private prisons, police drones, the needle exchange program, National Armed Forces Week, gated communities, flags in every street corner, body cameras, and the Anti-Corruption Agency. Let's see what they do. Liberals love body cams. Corruption, racial tension. That's pretty nice. Are these expensive? They're not fucking expensive either. Arms Force, Needle Exchange Week. Going up in health would be nice. I don't think we have much of a drug issue here though, but maybe. Police fine, private prisons, proportionate fines. Quality goes up, poor go up, socialist goes up. No, okay. Rubber bullets, tear gas, water cannons, witness protection, violent crime, ban divorce. And homosexuality. What does it do for us? Increases crime. I guess if you make homosexuality illegal, makes sense. What does compulsory church attendance do for us? Increases religious membership. Curfews. Violent crime down. Crime, everyone hates it. GDP goes down. Don't want that. Death penalty. For what? For all things. Oh, right, we have a real estate bubble to deal with this turn as well. So the empty halls thing might be smart. Yep. General media censorship. This could be good. Corruption goes up. Trustworthy goes up. Compassionate goes up. Strong leader goes up. Liberalism and liberal goes down. That's not good for us. ID cards. Internet censorship. Mandatory microchip. I think the one we're looking for is liberals don't like it, foreign relations go down, crime goes down, liberalism goes down, speed cameras, motorists don't like it, parents and health go up, torture usage by secret police, we get strong leader. Alright, I think we're going to anti-corruption agency. I don't know what state employees don't like it. I don't know how big state employees are actually a sizable chunk of our voters. Hold on. State employees are right there. There's a lot of positives feeding into them right now though. Maybe we just take the one-time hit of putting that in. Where is corruption as a thing? What is it doing to us? Corruption is here. It's pretty small right now, and it's quite low. Drives trustworthy and reduces wealthy. Is that all it does? All right, chat. I don't know where that policy was that supposedly impacts tax evasion, but it's not trustworthy. Are there other things that implement that help deal with tax evasion? Maybe something. So that was, those policies were all in public service. They were all in law and order. So justice, school vouchers, school prayers, public religious broadcast, public libraries. This was the one I wanted to implement. Diverted profits tax under tax. Doesn't say that it helps that. I think this is gonna actually increase tax evasion, right? Because this is gonna tax companies more, and this is one of the driving factors of tax evasion is you make high taxes. I don't know how to reduce that. I may not bother. I think instead I'm going to implement public libraries this turn for education. And then we're going to take a look at the housing bubble, which I think was a mansion tax somewhere. Empty houses. Fuck, did I run out? Shit. 16, I have 14. RIP. Organ donations for health. Where's organ donations? Sure. Costs next to, it literally costs nothing. Okay. Alright, that's good for this turn. We're probably going to eat that housing bubble, unfortunately. Gig economy driven by GDP and tech. Nothing I'm going to do about that. Labor laws could reduce this. It drives, in of itself, it drives car usage. Labor laws. Labor laws are over here, right? What do we currently have? We have balanced labor laws. We up the labor laws. Economy goes down. Doctor strike goes up. Productivity goes down. We reduce. We go pro-employer. Working week goes up. Trade unions go down. Socialist goes down. Capitalist goes up. Productivity goes up. Productivity goes up. Doctor strike goes down. That might be solid.
Fresh from the stagecoach.
Thank you, Baldric, for the sub. Welcome. So, do we want productivity? What else drives productivity? Education, technological advantage, technology, rare earth metal mining, industrial automation, adult education. We've hit all of these. So, driving the work week up will do that. All right, so maybe we hit labor laws next turn. All right, water shortage, trade dispute, imminent situation. We have a surplus, 91% approval, health going down, but we're working towards that. Unemployment going up. Okay. All right, rare earth crisis on our hands. All right, we're probably just gonna fucking cut rare earth mining, I think. Water shortage. Driven by population and plant-based diet. Oh no, plant-based diet drives it down. Our level of plant-based diet drives it down, rather. So year, farmers as a percentage and average temperatures dealing with that. That's it. We're above it already, so it did trigger. So what does that mean for us? We want to go to... What is this? A major trade war has broken out between two of the world's largest economies. Sadly, we'll get caught in the crossfire. The war of tariffs, mostly for domestic political purposes, still impacts our imports and exports. Food price up, international trade down, business confidence down. Yeah. All right, we're going after labor laws. We're gonna lower it. We're gonna make them more lax. How more lax? Not gonna help. Well, it doesn't say it does anything to poverty. So that as an increase. I think housing bubble is diverted, right? We didn't actually trigger that event. Labor laws will piss off socialists. Kind of bad news. But feed productivity. What else feeds it productivity? Education, state postal service ups productivity. Did we ever do anything with technology grants? Did. Rare earth mining's like over here somewhere, right? What is the fucking impending crisis about it? Currently... X driving it. Shortage of rare earth bundles, I see. So what happens for this? This is just this that just I fucking lost it again. So I don't know what this means. This is just I was wondering if this like would do something for it. So we're having shortages of it, but presumably widespread extraction then will decrease the shortages of it. As will exploratory mines. Ups pollution quite a bit though, doesn't it? Don't seem like very good changes. Pollution has just re-emerged as a problem because of all the tech stuff we're doing. Alright, let's start looking at some... We wanted to do empty homes. That actually works out just fine. Make some money off if we can. Seems fine. Okay, and then I think we wanted to hit one of the... we want to hit an environmental policy here. Our usage still being a pain. Time for a petrol tax. Maybe we can cut road building finally. This traffic congestion is gone as a problem right now, or rather it's quite a bit lower. If we cut building this, we are gonna fucking start hammering on our supporters, which sucks. Car usage goes down. Environmentalism goes up, motorists get pissy, and traffic congestion goes up. We have the hybrid subsidies already in, and the electric car subsidies. What other big environmental factors were there? GDP just fucks environment. We taxed air travel quite a lot. So really it's cars. So a petrol tax is really where we'd love to go. Motorists are going to be not happy. GDP gets fucked on this too. I might not be happy about that. We need alternatives as opposed to less of. Free buses. Is this a free bus moment? Is that under transport probably? This will drive down air travel and car usage and unemployment. Cost us some cash. Commuters will love it. Productivity goes up and international trade goes up. This is high-speed rail subsidies. That actually seems pretty good. It's not even that expensive. Limited car ban. New car subsidies. State airline. Satellite roads. State tolls. Free buses. This is not very exciting. Congestion charging. Close airports completely. Clean fuel subsidy. Motorists will love it. And low MPG cars. Maybe we can use the taxes from... Alright, let's do a couple of these in series. So let's end the turn. Okay. Alright, urgent policy question. Knights, organ transplant saved a life. Good work. Doesn't it save a life every time? Okay, we're still surplus. Potentially bad. Environmental protests if we don't act soon. We're about to do some things for the environment. Wait. The environment... The current environmental condition is driving this. Alright. Whistleblower. A Secret Service contractor has leaked several documents that shed a light on the dark side of the War of Terror. Should we prosecute her and everything we can to bring her to justice, or should we reform the Secret Service and stop making use of malpractice? This is just liberal conservative, or maybe liberal patriot. We're gonna reform the Secret Service. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab the... What was it? It was... to do technology, the rail service, right? Okay. High-speed rail subsidies. You look at that drive down, unemployment, air travel, and car usage. We're gonna fire that off at max. Okay. And I think we want to hit car taxes here. So we can do it in 2 steps, right? The first step is the positive one, which was another transport one. Might have been driverless cars. Commuters and motorists both like this. Doesn't cost me much, it's just political capital expensive. Okay. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna tax petrol. It cost me a fuck ton of political capital for this. Alright, pollution. Doing what we can for that right now. Gig economy. Not doing much for us. But can't do much about that right now. Water shortage is actually happening right now. State water does what now? State water company negatively impacts the water shortage. What can I do with the state water? Unemployment goes down. Trade unionists go up. Trade unionists. Can I just... water shortage and corruption. What happens if I move this? Gain some corruption. Cost me an extra $1 billion. It destroys the water shortage. What is water shortage doing to us? This ups food price and drives farmers. Who fucking cares? Like it makes farmers unhappy. There's like one farmer in the country, and he didn't vote for us. Well, never mind then. We'll leave water shortage as it is. Okay. Uncompetitive economy needs to go though. Wages, payroll tax, minimum wage, corporate tax. Can't do anything about that. Okay, I think we're going to end turn. We can hold 44, and I want to hit one of the big policies next turn. So, move forward. All right. Rare Earth Crisis. Environmental protests both pop up. Airport expansion is denied. Global economy is doing okay. We're at a 1.75 billion deficit. Good popularity. Take a look at airport expansion. We'll be rejecting plans. All right. Environmental protests being driven by current state of the environment. Doesn't really tell us a lot, does it? Okay. The environment is feeding that. Okay, keep the country tidy is helping. Microgeneration grants is maybe something we can adjust. Electric car initiative, car emission limits. Okay. Car emission limits do what for the environment? Decrease car usage. That seems good. Fire that off. Okay. Where's the rare earth thing here? Almost nothing positive feeds into that, huh? So what will happen if I do this? The rare earth crisis, if I up this, it exacerbates the rare earth crisis, right? So if I cancel this policy or cut it back, it's going to reduce it some. It's going to hurt productivity though, right? By a big chunk. This is 10% of our productivity. But a lot. What was the other thing I was just looking at? We were saving up political capital for something. Oh, like a car tax and then a self-driving cars, right? Where was self-driving cars? Transport? Did we already do driverless? There's driverless car laws. Okay. Alright, let's fire that off. Alright, I think we're good here. Tons of garbage. We've been scammed twice by garbage. We as a nation don't handle garbage scams very well, it looks like. About to have Luddite riots again. Oops. Education, reducing it. Wages, reducing it. Police force. We could up the police force. Trade unionists as a percentage increases it. Unemployment increases it. Tech increases it. Industrial automation increases it. The police force is something we could do about that. Global economy is doing well. Yeah. Where is police force? Here, right? We can... Every officer's armed right now. Doesn't really do a lot. Wait, what was it impacting again? Supposedly police force was impacting what now? Like insane. Exasperate's not... Exasperate. Yes, I do. Luddite riots, that's right. Luddite riots. How are we gonna stop the technophobes? There's a difference between police and armed police? Are there? Oh, there is. Police force. Good call. Alright. Reduces corruption. Increases unemployment, apparently. No, decreases unemployment. Cost us some cash to do it. Conservatives love it. State employees love it. Crime goes down. How's our economy right now? We're in deficit by 2 billion. Win conditions a time thing. It's based on number of elections, based on which place you're in. Tax evasion is still a problem. Is it trending? No, it's stable. So chat, help me with this. Is all this doing leading towards